Back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name's Michaela, and today's video is a little bit different than my normal videos. I typically vlog and like upload my teacher life and stuff like that, but today I'm going to be talking a little bit about my adoption story. So I am adopted, obviously, and November is National Adoption Awareness Month, and that's something that obviously has been very near and dear to my heart. And yesterday, when I originally planned to upload this video, was National Adoption Day, but I have been sick and been laying in bed, so you're getting it today. But yeah, so I'm not gonna ramble too much because I don't want this video to be super duper long. But yeah, so it all started back when I on my birthday, obviously, when I was born, February 20th 1996. So from what I know, my adoptive family, they were foster parents, and they were fostering, and then they got me and they decided to adopt. So at 4 months old, I believe, I was adopted. And yeah, so basically these two people adopted me, and they were unable to care for me for longer than a few years. So then their children, two daughters, started taking care of me together. And I lived with one of them for a little bit of my childhood, and then the other daughter I lived with for the rest. And if you hear me saying mom, that's who I am referring to. So technically not who adopted me officially, but they had guardianship of me. So based off of what I just told you, I have always felt like I have been passed around. So that has definitely weighed emotionally and mentally on me. But you know, everything happens for a reason. So yeah, so I have kind of been moved around my family. So I have 4 siblings, and this is from the daughter that I kind of lived with for the majority of my childhood, and like I said, who I call mom the majority of the time. She had 4 now. There was 4 of us growing up. My younger brother Drake, who is 6 months younger than me, so we have done everything together in life because we were basically twins. We went to school together, we had all classes together one year. We have been best friends since we were born, basically. I'm 6 months older than him. I never let him forget that. I'm the oldest, and then next after Drake comes Dylan, and Dylan is about 3 years younger than us, and then Drew, who is 5 years younger than us. They're just really close apart. They're 16 months apart. So we were all super, super close growing up. Because I have been with this family since I was born, it has never been, you know, anything I have been with my siblings since they were born, and so it's just what it is. My siblings and I have always been super duper close. We've always had a super close relationship. We have matching tattoos. It has never been oh, you're adopted. It's never been like that. But I am the only adopted one. I get a lot of questions sometimes did they adopt anyone else? And the answer is no. And then when I was 19, when me and Drake were both 19, my mom had another baby. So I am not as close to him just because I don't live at home anymore, but he is the stinking cutest thing I've ever seen. And I will try to insert a picture right here of my siblings and I. But as you can tell from the picture, I do not look like my siblings, and that has always kind of been something that has bothered me. So when I was super young, I didn't really think that much into adoption just because my family is dysfunctional with a capital D. So I have always had other things to stress out and worry about. But I guess it kind of hit me the end of elementary school / beginning of middle school, those years when you're trying to figure out who you are, and I genuinely didn't know who I was. So I don't look like my family, and that has always been something that kind of bothered me, especially because I did grow up in a rural country small town. So it just was something that was, I mean, just really annoying. Just little comments from people, they would say people as even as like terrible as like people thinking that like I am not with my family, like when we would go out to dinner or something, like they would be like, oh, is she with you? And that was just really hurtful. And it's like little things like that that when I was younger, like they just really resonated with me, and I still think about to this day. So it's just like little things like that, but it's always bothered me that I don't have anyone that I look like. So like for me, I always am like looking at moms and dads and like their children, because I am fascinated by like people who look alike, because I don't have anyone who looks like me. So that was kind of always hard. And it was also hard to hear like stories of like my mom saying like, oh, when I was pregnant with you I craved this, and oh, when I went into labor with you, and I never had that story. So it was hard being the only one who was adopted, just because I constantly felt like the oddball, and I looked like the oddball, and I was the oddball. So growing up, I would say probably towards the end of elementary school, it just was really hard. It also got hard because we went to a school, like obviously we went to school, and like I would say, oh, there's my brother, and people would try to like argue with me like, that's not your brother, like, and I'm like, I had to tell the story over and over again, like I'm adopted, blah blah blah. And it just got old. Like there were just so many things that just got old. My birthday has also been something that like I just don't like. Day that someone made a decision to like give me away, which I know that there are more mature like thoughts behind that, but that's just obviously like when you are growing up, like that's just what it is. And even like me in my like young adult years, that's just something that's always bothered me. And I have dreaded my birthday and cried on my birthday and been so upset on my birthday for so many years. And that's just like something that it's just like, it is what it is. For my relationship with my biological parents, I do not have a relationship with my biological parents, nor right now is that something that I am looking to pursue or open up right now. I do get a lot of questions about that. Do I plan to ever go and, you know, try to find them? And the answer right now is no, and it has been no for quite some time. I used to feel very passionately about that being no, but my heart has softened. I have just always been very resentful of my adoptive or my biological parents, and also I have a lot of drama and dysfunction in my adoptive family that it's just not something that, like, the thought of more family really just kind of stresses me out. Like, that's just not something that I want to try to do right now, but maybe one day I will try to. I don't know anything about them. I don't know. A lot of people think because like I have a lighter complexion that I am like mixed, but I don't know that either. So yeah, there's a lot of I don't know with my biological family. So yeah, I don't have that desire right now to go and meet them, and my heart I don't think is softened yet to go meet them either. But who knows what the future has in store. A lot of people also ask, sorry, I'm like trying to think of like frequently asked questions. A lot of people also ask like, does this make you want to adopt? And yes, I definitely want my own biological kids, be just like Lord willing, because I have always fascinated like the feeling, they're like the, I don't know, like seeing someone who looks like me, like that is my child, it looks like me, I look like it. I don't know, I just would really like to have that moment one day, but I also do have a heart for fostering and adoption, and I would like to do both. Hopefully, Lord willing, like I said, but yeah, so I do want to adopt. That is something that is like near and dear to my heart. I'm trying to keep this just as cookie cutter as possible as in regards to like my adoptive family, because like people who know me know that I could write a serious like chapter book about everything I've been through in my life, but just for the sake of this video, I just wanted to share like a little tidbit about my life and just kind of how adoption has shaped my life growing up. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to keep it very cookie cutter with that. But that brings me in to my relationship with the Lord, and I could not have done, I mean, I would not be here without my relationship with Christ and the Lord, because I've been through a lot of things and they've just really hit me. You guys know from past vlogs and stuff, like I go and see a therapist and everybody asks me like, you know, how are you so successful and how are you the way you are? And I used to say, oh, I don't know, but now I genuinely 100% know that that is the Lord. Like genuinely the Lord, my relationship with the Lord. He has brought me through so much, and I am not perfect and I have not done things perfect, but he is, and he has truly shown that. Like, I always question why me, but I know that his plan for me exceeds my understanding. So I just really try to lean in on that. But yeah, so that is the story of me being adopted. I tried to answer as many questions as I could like think of. But yeah, being adopted is weird, and it's something that almost hits me more as I get older. But I don't know. I know that everything that I've been through is for a reason, and I know that I'm meant to share my story with people, and maybe I can get deeper into some of my experiences, but just for today's sake and this National Adoption Month Day, or National Adoption Day, I just wanted to kind of share some of my thoughts on adoption. And it's a beautiful thing. It really is. I'm so incredibly thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my siblings. I mean, my siblings are my absolute world. Like, anybody who knows me knows that. I adore them. I love them. And I love all of my family regardless of, you know, the craziness. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I hope this was somewhat easy to like go into. Disregard our very sad tree. We will be fixing it very soon. But yeah, I hope that you guys like this. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions that I didn't answer down below, just go ahead, and I'll see you guys in my next video.